Good morning, Year 12. It's Mrs. Nestor here in guidance for the fourth in our Thinking About the Future series. This morning we're going to be having a look at alternatives to university. So, what options have you got post-CRGS? Well, various options to the typical university route include taking a gap year, going travelling, you might have a small business at the moment, or you might have a business idea, so self-employment, something that appeals to you. You might decide that you want to apply for and hopefully secure an internship or start an entry level job, and we're also going to have a look at the various school leaver programs and the apprenticeships that are on offer to you as well. There are masses of websites containing lots of information about all of the different alternative routes. A really good one is the Not Going to Uni website, and there's also a section of the UCAS website that I'd recommend you take a look at. Will be on the final slide of this presentation. I'll include the links to all of these websites, and I think they're well worth you taking a few minutes to have a look at. In terms of gap years then, some of our students decide after they've finished their A-levels, they want to take a bit of time out, they want to take time to reflect really as to their next steps, and so they want to take a gap year. So gap years can involve a wide range of opportunities. So you might decide that you want to go travelling, you might decide that you want to volunteer either in the UK or overseas, you might decide that you want to get a job and actually get out of education and start earning some money, and it might be that you're wanting to go to university but you're going to take some time out, get a job, earn some money, so that you've got a pot of money to start university with. But the key, if you're taking a gap year, is really to make it productive, make sure that you are developing skills and experiences that you can talk about to a potential employer or a potential course provider, and one of the ways that students in the past have done that is by going travelling, so that's always been a really popular option. As we kind of ease our way out of COVID restrictions, travel restrictions in many countries have been eased. So in the past we have had students who've gone to Australia on their working holiday visa programme. We've also had students who've taken part in conservation and volunteering opportunities overseas, or students who've travelled around Europe interrailing, and that's proved to be quite a cost-effective way of seeing Europe. Going travelling, it's an option that appeals to lots and lots of students. It develops skills of independence, of resilience. If you speak language, it's a way of you really enhancing your language skills, or providing you with an opportunity to learn a new language, and again, really providing you with really valuable experiences that you can then talk about with a potential employer. So that's one option. Another option might be that you've already got a small business, or you've got a business idea that you think, actually, I'd really like to go to market with this, and I'd like to launch my own small business. I had a student about 10 years ago now who decided that he had a business idea, and it was a kind of web platform. So he launched his business called Cluedle, and it really took off, and he didn't end up going to university in the end because his business was successful. There's a business that some of you might have heard of, I think they're stocked in Waitrose, called Superjam. That was a Scottish entrepreneur who started a jam business when he was 14 and decided after his Scottish Highers, which are the A-level equivalents in Scotland, that he was going to develop his business, and that's proved really successful for him. So that might be an option that you're considering, but it's a great opportunity for you to be your own boss and see if there's a market there for your business ideas. Another option that is open to you is the possibility of doing an internship. Now, an internship is rather like kind of an extended period of work experience. So it's kind of that extended work experience which gives you that opportunity to get a real feel for an industry, get a real feel for a company, and for a particular job role. Will look brilliant on your CV. Will help you decide actually whether a specific career area, a specific industry is for you. Some internships are paid, a lot of them aren't. They might just cover some expenses. Some of them don't even do that, but it is a great way of trying an industry before you kind of commit to seeing whether it's for you. The Prospects website, they have got an internship section of their website, and again I'll put that on the final slide, but that's an option for you to kind of try an industry before you fully commit. Another option for you might be that actually you just want to get into the world of work. You want to get into the world of work and you want to start earning a wage. So entry-level jobs, go straight into a job and work your way up. It'll involve a lot of hard work, but there have been a lot of high-profile examples of people who have started in entry-level jobs and have then moved into management and then moved into director-level roles. Entry-level jobs, first kind of job that an employee would have. I don't know whether anybody recognises the chap in the photo. It's Phil Clark, who was the CEO of Tesco up until 2014. He started off working for Tesco as a Saturday sales assistant, and then after he left school, worked his way up through the ranks until he became chief executive. So it has been done, and that might be an option that appeals to you. If it's financial considerations that are perhaps putting you off going to university, then one option that you might consider is doing a sponsored degree. Now, sponsored degrees are quite often known as school leaver programmes. They are degree courses that are paid for in full or in part by your employer. There are a wide variety of different school leaver programmes that are running, and they are a brilliant way of you gaining your degree whilst also learning on the job as well. A lot of sponsored degree and school leaver programmes give you placements where you're at university and then you will get a placement with your employer, but you do get those help towards your tuition fees so that you're not leaving university with masses of student debt. They'll also give you work experience and employability skills. And you get to see really how the course content on your degree applies in the real world for your employer. A lot of employers are moving towards the school leaver programmes. They are really heavily contested. They involve quite rigorous application processes, but you know, they are a brilliant option. Various different employers run the school leaver programmes, so ones that you may have heard of: PwC, EY, KPMG, Experian, MBDA, the Environment Agency. They are a brilliant option, and you know, you're getting your degree, but it's paid for by your employer. So we normally advertise, when we hear of school leaver programmes, we'll be putting them on the Access It careers page. We'll also be including them on the careers bulletins as well. So look out for the various school leaver programmes that we are told about. And then there's the option of an apprenticeship. So apprenticeships, there are various levels of apprenticeship schemes, but they are a brilliant way of you getting experience whilst earning a wage, and working towards an industry recognised qualification. So they're available in a wide range of sectors now, and there are different levels of apprenticeships. So there's the advanced apprenticeship, which is a level 3 qualification. So that's a level 3 qualification is at the same level as your A levels. There are also higher apprenticeships, which are your kind of equivalent of like your HNCs, your HNDs, and then there are also degree apprenticeships as well. So you'll normally work for your employer 4 days a week and then spend a day a week at university, but it's a great way of working towards your industry recognised qualification, gaining skills, gaining experience, and earning a wage at the same time. Again, on the final slide, I will include lots of information and web links for various different apprenticeship programmes, and they're a great alternative to the typical university route as well. Like I said earlier on, the UCAS website, if you go onto the UCAS website and then look along at the top, you've got that Alternatives to University tab, and that has got lots of information about apprenticeships, internships, and also gap years. And kind of in the remaining time in guidance this morning, I've printed these off. Your form tutor will be able to give them to you, and there is a flower Venn diagram for you to complete, and it's basically getting you to think about everything that we have done so far in thinking about your future. So getting you to think about what you're good at, what you love, what motivates you, what the world needs, and then what you can get paid for, and just thinking about helping you find your purpose and your what really interests and excites you and where you want your career to go. And then if you turn that sheet of paper over, you've got a second activity, which is getting you to think about options and various options open to you and the pathways that might be the most appropriate for you. So it's going to get you to think about going to university or college, doing an apprenticeship, doing an internship, taking a gap year, or entering the world of work, and getting you to think 3 things that you found out that you didn't know already, things that you like about that option, things that you dislike about that option, what it would mean for you both short and long term, and then how likely are you at considering that as an option. So I hope that you find both of those activities helpful, just to get you thinking about all of the different options that are available to you post CRGS. And then on this slide, it's just various different further sources of information for you to be thinking about. So there's lots of different websites there, but I hope after watching this presentation that you are thinking not only about university as one of your post CRGS options, but also the wide range of other options that are available to you. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope that you enjoy those activities. Thank you.